हेलो गाइस, गुड मॉर्निंग। दिस इज अमित उपाध्याय। कैसे हैं आप सब? आई होप यू आर फाइन एंड दिस इज माय न्यू वीडियो एंड इन दिस वीडियो वी will have discuss about one of the greatest romantic poet, one of the greatest romantic poet, William Wordsworth, one of the greatest romanticist, William Wordsworth, and his life. We will talk about his life and his some important works. Some important works. So start करने से पहले I just want to tell you one thing that as you know UGC नेट का एग्जाम निकट है and TGT PGT के एग्जाम्स भी है. So guys, if you want to crack the exam you can join me, and if you want to take my notes then you can contact me. My contact number is in description बॉक्स. ओके, एंड प्लीज मेरे चैनल को लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें एंड प्लीज लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब अमित उपाध्याय नेट classes. Okay, so let's start. William Wordsworth, who was one of the greatest romanticists. So first we have to know about what is romantic literature. What was the age? Romantic literature was started with the French Revolution in 1798. French Revolution 1798, and it is related to love of nature, love of beauty and imagination. The romanticists were the great lover of nature, lover of beauty and the great love of imagination. And if we talk about some of romantic literature characteristics, so these are the feelings, emotions, love for beauty, love for nature, emphasis of human lives, and emphasis of human life and the individuality, and they are worshipper of nature. Okay, then the term romantic first used by Siegel, Schlegel, Siegel, first used by Siegel, and then F.L. Lucas given 11,396 definition about romantic literature, about romanticism. 11,396 definitions given by F.L. Lucas. Okay, so this is the brief about romantic literature. What is romantic? So now let's talk about William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, one of the greatest romantic poet, was born in 1770 in Cockermouth, Cumberland Lake District. Okay, and when he was 8 his mother was died, and when he was 13 his father also died. And like Coleridge, one of another greatest romanticist, like Coleridge, he was denied to the beauty of the worldly things, and he loved a lot to the nature. He learned more from nature than from books. He studied in Hawkshead School. And he lived his life very simple, plain living and high thinking, and the great worshipper of he was one of the greatest worshipper of nature. Then he wrote the prelude. Where he counts the life of a child. He recounts the life of a child to the beauty of nature. And then he entered the Cambridge University. And he was an ordinary scholar, not as much intelligent as other boys. He only an ordinary scholar, and he made 2 trips to France in 1790 and 1791. Then in 1797 he was in contact with St. College, and William Wordsworth both made a plan to collaborate the worshipper of nature to attract the mankind to the nature permanently. And in this work his sister, William Wordsworth's sister Dorothy Wordsworth was with him. William Wordsworth's sister Dorothy Wordsworth was his close friend, his everything. Okay, and he made a contribution. And then in 1798 St. College and William Wordsworth collaborative piece, a companion collection of poems, lyrical ballads published. published, and then his friend Ralsei Harvard left a legacy for him, who died on consumption, and then in 1843 he lived a very lonely life. He was poor and lived a simple life and high plan thinking and a worshipper of the nature, worshipper of beauty. And then at last in 1843 he was made a poet laureate. He was made a poet laureate on the death of Robert Southey. On the death of Robert Southey in 1843 he was made the poet laureate. Okay, and he is acclaimed as one of the greatest romantic poet. He was acclaimed one of the greatest romantic poet. And talk about some of his important works: lyrical ballads, Excursion, Solitary Reaper, Leech Gatherer, and Ode to Duty, Intimations, Ode, and La Damia, and many more his works. So this is the biography of William Wordsworth, about the life of William Wordsworth. Now let's talk about some of his important works. So now first talk about William Wordsworth and St. College collaborative lyrical ballads. Lyrical ballads. Lyrical ballads, it is a collection of poems published in 1798. Collection of poems and published in 1798. And the first poem, there were total 24 poems. First 23 poems, sorry. First poem, The Rime of Ancient Mariner by St. College. And the last one, William Wordsworth, Chintern Abbey. You have to note down, you have to learn, you have to collect it. That first poem, The Rime of Ancient Mariner, and the last poem, William Wordsworth, Chintern Abbey. First St. College, first is written by St. College, and the last one is William Wordsworth. Okay, and in 1800 there was a large edition, which came in on the critical essay on observations, and in 1802 added on the poetic diction, and in 1802 it added on the poetic diction. And William Wordsworth in the preface of the lyrical ballad said that poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. So this was said by William Wordsworth in the preface of lyrical ballads. Okay, then came his next poem, Chintern Abbey. If we talk about his next poem, Chintern Abbey, it was in Ware River, 13 July 1798, when he was with his sister Dorothy Wordsworth on the Ware River on 13 July 1798, and he wrote this poem, Chintern Abbey. And in it he said that there was still sad music of humanity. There was still sad music of humanity. Okay, then came his Resolution and Independence, and two poems. Okay, Resolution Independence is called the Leech Gatherer. Okay, and then came Excursion. The Excursion, and it is published. It is in 9 books. The Excursion, it is in 9 books, and one of the greatest poem of on the nature, on man, and of humanity. It is on the nature of man, on humanity, and it was published under the title The Reliefs, planned in 1798. And if we talk about more of this book, then the book main aim is to the lack of religious faith, lack of confidence in the virtue of man, lack of confidence, lack of religious faith. And it has 2 poems. It has 2 poems, The Ruined Cottage and The Solitary Reaper. The Ruined Cottage and The Solitary Reaper. It has 2 poems. Okay, in Excursion. Okay, and then came London. If we talk about London, 1802, London, and which was on the death of John Milton. Then came Ode to Duty, it is ballad, and Solitary Reaper, and Resolution and Independence. Then came poems of 1807. There was 2 poems in 1807. First Ode to Duty, then Immortality Ode on the intimations of immortality. Ode one of the greatest philosophical poem. Okay, and in the intimations immortality all, he said that it started at our birth is but a sleep and forgetting. Our birth is but a sleep and forgetting, and said that the child, one of the greatest, the child is the father of the man. The child is the father of the man, and he said in authority, and that bliss it in that down to be alive. Bliss was it in that down to be alive. And if we talk about the theme of immortality, or then heaven lies about us in our infancy. Heaven lies about us in our infancy. This was the theme in immortality or, and he talked more about nature. It is a philosophical poem more about nature, worshipper of beauty, nature, beauty, imagination, and all, and the child, in which he said that the child is the father of the man, and then the child is a philosopher. The child is a philosopher who is haunted by the man's eternal mind, who is haunted by the man's eternal mind. So in the immortality all, William Wordsworth told the child about a philosopher, that the child is a philosopher. Okay, then came Laudemia Excursion, London 1802, the Prelude, one of the best poem of William Wordsworth, the Prelude. Okay, it is in 5 or 7 parts. We will talk about the Prelude in the next video. In the next video we will just discuss only and only the Prelude, only Prelude. So in this video we will have discussed about William Wordsworth's life, his work, some important works: Lyrical Ballads, Excursion, London 1802, Leech Gatherer, Authority, Intimations, or on the intimations of immortality art, and Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud, as you know, Daffodils. I have wandered lonely as a cloud started. Okay, and Ode to Duty and his poems. Okay, and his best close friend was Dorothy Wordsworth. Okay, so this is about William Wordsworth, some of his important works, and the next video will discuss about William Wordsworth main poem, the Prelude. Okay, so guys, तब तक के लिए please like, share and subscribe my channel, and if you want notes, if you want to take my classes, then you can join me, you can contact me. My contact number is in description box. So guys, एग्जाम नियर है आपके, सो आप लोग अच्छे से अपनी प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट कर देनी चाहिए. You guys have to prepare well, very well, and take good notes and make good notes. Okay, so guys, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and stay healthy, stay safe, keep watching. Thank you.